Hello there, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today we're going to learn how to draw Fred Flintstone. Yabba dabba doo. Come on, let's get started. Alright guys, today we're going to learn to draw Fred Flintstone from Hanna-Barbera Studios. Although this one has been requested by several people, this episode's actually really inspired by a YouTube friend of mine, Nurse Nicky. Now, Nurse Nicky has a channel called Nurse Nicky Learns to Draw, and I recommend you check it out. So what she does is she does these speed draws. They're digital drawings, so she's doing it directly on the computer, and she's giving you philosophy or stories about her life or what she's going through at the time of the drawing. So without further ado, let's just dive into this right here. Alright, so with Fred Flintstone, what you're going to want to do is you're going to start with that circle, alright? So let's give him a nice circle to begin your drawing with, alright? Then what I like to do is just lay out exactly where his head is going to be, alright? So Fred Flintstone begins up here. His nose is going to go here. His total head is going to be shaped like this. Because Nurse Nicky drew the whole body, I kind of feel like doing the same. So I'm going to draw his whole body. I'm going to start with the head shape, and I'm just going to bring it down. Now, Fred Flintstone is exactly 3 heads tall, so I'm going to measure his head size, bring it down 1, and then bring it down 2. His feet are going to go right down here. Alright, so now that we've got that down, what I like to do is kind of put the feet into place. So I've got 1 foot here, and I'm going to draw the other foot like so. And then I'm going to give him his leg shape. Now what I like to do next is I like to put in his arms. Now his arms, believe it or not, are about half of the height of the body. So if we have, and I'm just going to play here. Oh, actually that was, so here we go. We've got the arm length right here with my fingers and my finger and thumb. So I'm going to jot that down and jot that down. And now we know exactly where his hand is going to rest. Now guys, don't be discouraged by the fact I was just able to do that quickly, because I've been drawing for quite a bit, and you learn some tricks, and those tricks help you in time, but you got to learn how to draw the correct way first before you learn the tricks. So, and that's kind of the reason why I created this channel in the first place. Okay, so his hands kind of work like this when they're at the side. Okay, so we got his arm, right? And we got his hand like so. And then from there, that's when I put in his fingers. Alright, so let's say I throw in that finger there. And I throw in that finger there. Oh, no. Yeah, it's just like that. Okay. Nice job, accidental pencil maneuver. Alright. So there's one hand there. Alright, so there's one hand there. I'll throw in his thumb, like so. Give him his sleeve. Yeah, just like that. Alright. Alright, I don't usually start with the arm, so let me go back into what's familiar and comfortable. I'm going to go into the head, and let's give him his eyes. So the eyes are shaped like this. I mean, it's kind of like a raindrop or a teardrop shape, right? Just like that. Just make that a little thicker. And then the other one like this. Okay, so we got his eyes in place. Now I can throw in his nose, which will overlap that back eye. And it's gonna be shaped like this. And down like this. Okay, so we got his nose there like that. I'm gonna pull the head in like this. Let's get rid of that line so I don't confuse myself. And define that nose a little bit better. Okay. Now, his mouth will come from like right here in the center here. Okay. And we'll give him that overbite there that he usually has. And it'll come up right about here. So we give him a nice thick line here for the laugh line, the corner of his mouth. Give him like an upside down shark's fin type shape for the upper lip. And we're going to give him an open mouth. And we'll give him an indication of the lower lip, just like that. And it's a very simplistic tongue shape. I'm just going to shade that in here just like this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is give him one eyebrow here and one right here. Okay. Now, I don't usually do anything else on the face until I've gone around that mouth shape with his 5 o'clock shadow. Hanna-Barbera felt like cavemen wouldn't shave very often, so everybody has a 5 o'clock shadow. And then we will give him his tie. Now the tie, what I like to do is I like to come down here on both sides before I throw in the knot to his tie, which is really just a rounded triangle like that. I'm going to give him that side of one half of the tie, and the other, I'm going to have a little jagged edge here to the tie, because they're in the Stone Age, they're not going to have perfect lines all the time to their clothing. So, give him that jagged edge there. Now, from there, I will darken in the side of his head, give him that kind of V shape for his ear. And now I'll throw in his hair. So I don't start with this side, I start with the front. So the front will come out like so. His hair isn't perfectly kept. Okay, so if I've got the front of the hair like this, I'm going to want the side of the hair to be really messy, right? So what I do is I throw in a little rectangle, right? And then I'll go back in and I'll throw in the actual shape of his hair. And he's got this, I know it's probably the neatest unkempt hair you've ever seen. It's a neat graphic design they did. And then we've got two hairs here that are out of place. And there we go. There's Fred Flintstone's hair. And now, I don't usually do it, but I think I know where I want him to be looking. So, just going to throw that in there just like so. We don't worry about light reflection with these because this is Hanna-Barbera. They didn't mess with that. He has circles under his eyes there, or bags. Okay, so now that I'm this far, now that's where I will throw in his tie shape. Now the tie shape comes out like so. But just like the side of his tie, we're going to divide this into 3 sections. So we got the major section of the tie here, and then it kind of tears apart just like that. And on the other side, it'll go like so. And now let's draw in his clothing, which now that I see, I drew that arm down too low, which is a problem. That's why I start with the head. That's why we draw with formulas in mind. You start with the head, you work your way down. Draw in the body shape here, like that, and like this. The idea is that they're wearing pelts from the animals that they hunt. Although I don't think I've ever seen Fred Flintstone hunt for anything. Okay. Let's give Fred his sleeves. So the sleeve will work like this. And let's give him the spots from whatever animal they use for the pelt. Okay, now let's give those legs and feet a little bit more definition. All right. Now they drew the body in. I see I wanted to bring the feet down a little bit. Okay, but they still separate right here. Okay. They still line up the same way. Just like that. Give him his ankles. Got one here. I'll throw one right here. And pull it up like that. And pull that in a little bit. And there we go. Want to sign that. All right. I've got some more videos right up here for more Hanna-Barbera characters. We got Scooby-Doo, we got Shaggy. I've got more coming down the pipeline. Before you go anywhere, I've got some submissions I'd like to share. One is by Molly. Now, Molly drew me a nice stitch right here. Check out that use of color. The colors are great. The line is a lot of fun. Nice job, Molly. Also, we've got Genie by Brian. Now, this Genie's really good. I love the line work here. Nice job, Brian. Guys, I love this artwork. I've got a bunch that's poured in here. I will show some more on the next video. In the meantime, we'll see you later.